Hi everyone, my name is Alexa Delpy and I live in northeastern Connecticut with my two kids. I recently completed my first internship at a residential treatment facility for sex offenders. All of the clients were either just getting released from prison or they were coming from the community back into treatment as a way to keep them out of jail or going back to prison. I'm very interested in understanding the impact and the need for trauma-informed care, and I was able to get a little bit of a taste for that when I did my internship. Going into working with sex offenders was difficult for me, but I kept an open mind and I really wanted to focus on the trauma, and I was interested to know how many of the clients were traumatized, either as children or at some point in their lives, and sort of how that impacted and dictated their decision to become offenders later on in life. And I found that most of them, if not all, endured some sort of trauma. And I think going into my next placement and my future practice, it's important to take with me the fact that you don't have to necessarily agree with the client, with what the clients did, but I was able to really keep that trauma focus when I was working with the clients. It helped me understand, again, not support what they did, but it helped me understand why they did what they did. And it also helped me as somebody who is out in the community, potentially, probably with a lot of these clients eventually when they're released from prison and when they're released from treatment, knowing that they did receive treatment for their trauma, because the alternative isn't that they're not going to be in the community. The alternative is that they're going to be in the community with no tools, with no skills, with no way of understanding or recognizing their risk factors or their protective factors or what to do with them when they do acknowledge it or when they do recognize it. And so I think a trauma-informed approach was really important. I also was able to see the agency, they had to kind of follow guidelines from the town that the facility was in because it's a treatment facility for sex offenders. And so the town mandated barbed wire around the building. There were certain things that the agency itself did not acknowledge that it was not trauma informed. And they said that directly to the clients, which I think was really important. So they would tell them, you know, we're a trauma informed agency. We know that barbed wire around the building or, you know, the buzzer sound that's very close to what the clients hear when they are in jail can be very triggering for them. And I think it was really important that the agency, the facility, just was very direct about that with the clients, because I think it sent the message that they're still human beings, they still have triggers, they still have past trauma to work through. I think the clients really appreciated that. I think that incorporating a trauma-informed care focus can improve my efficacy as a social worker in my future practice and also in my next year's internship, because now I understand and really want to put into practice that despite what a person has done in their past, they have triggers, they have trauma, they're people who are going to be in the community, and I'm going to be dealing with them. My children may be dealing with them at some point in their lives. It could be the person who's the cashier at the store that they're at. It could be a future coworker. A trauma-informed approach is really important because it helps us understand what other people have been through. It helps us understand triggers that other people may have that are not triggers of mine. And I think it only sets people up for success if we can be more trauma-informed and just acknowledge that trauma exists differently for different people. Thank you.